Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome to the MCN for Friday. This one is, well, talking about things like, have you updated to the hotfix and problems with Alliance Wars, based champions, missing, also Valentine's calendar bug, the missing hard-coded key bug, and we have a bit of a roundup and kind of further kind of expansion on the, well, I'd say Carinas challenges backlash to some creators. So one of the first things is missing Alliance Wars attackers. I've got a few kind of like people that messaged me and kind of reached out to say, well, we've got a bit of an issue at the moment. Some players are saying like, you know, some champions are missing, no Scorpion in sight. And various champions you kind of go like, yeah, shouldn't I have certain ones available to me, especially based on certain tactics, but certain champions in general being available. And of course, that's the main thing. And as kind of Piccolo points out, and as many people point out, there's a hotfix that's in the App Store. Make sure to go and check it out. If you've got auto updates on, it might be up, but if for whatever reason something's broken, always go and check out the App Store just to make sure that the new update is there. And Kabam Jax has confirmed this, saying as of a couple of days ago, there is a hot patch released today. Obviously, you know, well, a couple of days ago. This resolved other issues and updated the tagging for champions. Please make sure to update to the most recent version of the game. We're working on getting additional communication out. So maybe that hasn't come out in game to kind of let people know what the you know, changes, those changes have you know, gone out. But Kabam Jax also said, sorry to cause confusion, there was a banner, then we removed it. It moved it because there was a second fix that negates the necessity for the first fix. Now you don't have to do anything and it should be resolved. So I don't know what that does, because that comes in as of like yesterday. So whether or not it was don't update to the hotfix or do. So there's kind of this element of kind of doubt. Make sure you have updated to the hotfix just in case, and just run with that in the meantime. And now we move on to the calendar bug. Now for some people, you'll see a calendar that looks like this. Normal. Nothing of an issue. If you're other players, you'll see an issue like this, where players have literally just missed out on a calendar. There's a big kind of mention of like how this particular bug happened. A lot of people are noting alt accounts having that issue, but there are some main accounts as well. The update on the situation is as follows. For those experiencing missed days, this issue will be resolved at the conclusion of the calendar. There isn't a way for us to fix this while the calendar is still live. Therefore, once the calendar concludes, we will send the missing items to impacted accounts. You do not need to send a support ticket. We will use the power of data. Thank you for your patience. So yeah, compensation will be given out to you, and in a nutshell, you'll just get the entire calendar. So that is pretty good. So if you are one of these many people that are concerned by what is going on with this and seeing stuff like this, do not fret, do not worry, for you will receive, and in greater number too, the volume of this, which is going to be great if you missed out on things like, I don't know if people missed out on 7 stars, but definitely the 6 stars, because I think you have to like an inactive, not inactive, but kind of a semi-active kind of Valiant account. I don't know if that's actually a thing, but could be. There's your update with that. Missing hard-coded keys. Yes, this is what we're going to talk about right now. Many players have reached out on the subject of missing some of those keys. These are the ones that allow you to access the side quest. They look a little bit like this. The one where I've got 3 right there, and I click on it. Those are the ones. Or the shattered heart. Yeah, the side quest, the keys. Those keys there, the ones that look weird, right? So players are missing out on them. There's also a bug with it as well. So I saw a few people say about this. Is anyone else missing this week's hard-coded keys? My main account and alt account say I have claimed them, but they are not in my inventory. I did notice something, and I don't know if anybody else did. I think I might have been like alone in this. When the quest went live, or the week went live, they were in my reward stash. They weren't appearing to like they appeared there, sorry, but they appeared with only 2 hours and 36 minutes remaining. So I only had 3 hours, give or take, to actually claim them before they looked like they were lost. So if you then went to something like the solo event to kind of go, okay, well, I just grab them from it, I don't think they were actually appearing. So like I would do anything for love, I think solo event. So they weren't there. They're kind of like, you would look at them and go, where are they? And I can't claim them, or kind of like they would look like claimed like this. So I think there was a bug, a big bug, that people were missing them because for whatever reason a bug was putting them straight into the stash under the reward section, but there was a time delay. So if you didn't claim them immediately, they were gone for good. That's what I saw, but I kind of thought it was a bit of an issue, and not an issue, but I thought it was a visual glitch. I didn't realize it was something that if I didn't claim it, I wouldn't have them. Luckily, I did claim them, but there is that bug that now kind of remains with this situation. And yeah, this player says they've disappeared, but I don't know if this is something that they disappeared today, and it could be something connected, but not. I know I had them just a few hours ago, too, since I was previewing the quest to try and figure out what the difference between weeks 1 and 2. By the way, there's no difference. If you saw the video I put out, no, there's not, only if you want profile pictures. And yeah, I think a lot of people were kind of a bit surprised by this. Mine have gone to on both accounts, collected them yesterday. Oh, so people actually collected them and haven't used them. Now they are gone. Same as anyone raised a ticket. And yeah, at the point of recording this video, Kabam are looking into the issue right away. Summoner says, did people who lost the keys maybe claim a bunch of milestones early? Then they just maybe bugged for you. Some people have had access to milestones above just the initial 7 first week, or even more than the 14 that should be up now. Maybe claiming all of them early, a potential correction or adjustment. I don't know if it's that. I think that's just what we're going to wait for Kabam to kind of like answer back. No update whilst I'm recording this video. I am recording this at 10 PM UK time on the 15th. So there could be some more info that, of course, we'll cover on Monday if we get any more updates, and I'm sure Kabam will let us know what the update in the situation. I may do an update video, but maybe just leave it till Monday because I might have to wait a little while for Kabam to respond, and also give a timeline of how they plan to fix it, because obviously that's a key thing. And now we end Friday's show going over a few things with the CCP challenge. The CCP Carinas challenges have been a little bit divisive. There's been some good, some bad, and some ugly. Even more so when it comes to, I'd say, criticism kind of pointed at certain people. We're going to look at some responses from Kabam on that particular matter. Of course, look, at the end of the day, people are entitled to their own opinion. And if you ever get involved online, you know, I'm of a generation where, and obviously doing this, you have to grow thick skin with stuff and kind of let things be like duck to water. Let water just like rain off your back. But look, of course, people are entitled to their own opinion on that, which we're gonna have a look at some opinion and thoughts in a minute. But the first thing is CCP challenge, emotes and rewards missing. I think this is the confusion on the matter of how this is set up, in that you have to quite literally go into the quest itself to get the challenge itself to get the information on some of the rewards, because you might be looking at going like, okay, well, where's the rewards? I've got to click the eye. I've of course got to go what seems to be a little bit kind of further in, and the way that this is done seems to be a bit kind of like, sort of like, where's the rewards for that one right there? That's odd. Why is it blank? There's reasons to that, and apparently it's down to like how it's set up. Of course, Kabam Jax kind of said he was looking into it. Unless Karate Mike's rewards are invisible or glitched, I think that's not anyway. No, it's done like this. For clarification, there are 2 parts to the objective. Click the eye icon to see them. 2 parts of the objective rewards are on the second part from the game team. Originally, it was designed to be one solo objective, but couldn't be built that way. So we had to be turned into a chain. Case closed. Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, so it's done as a chain because otherwise it wouldn't have gone the right way. But let's look at some subjects of the of kind of response to the quest. Now, we did cover this yesterday in a video which has some of opinion, but of course, as you know, when you one opinion in or opinions in 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours after, of course, things change. And it's very much a case of kind of, well, look, some people like it, some people hate it. This player says here, Paragon, I don't mean this in any form of disrespect, but I think you have the most poorly thought objective of the bunch. Did you stop to consider that Zemo in Grandmaster would basically just be spamming revives to continue like the 4-star Labyrinth challenges? For example, Zemo versus Domino, that sounds atrocious. I thought these challenges were designed to test our skill, so I'm curious what you thought what thought process behind this objective was. Was it because the previous agenda to have people rank up their Zemos didn't work as there were better options in Necropolis? Yeah, I remember those times. Look, it's just like, I think this is all down to like favorite champions. I get where people come from on this one. Is this blown out of proportion? Probably. Is this kind of like something that will be forgotten about? More than likely. Are people going to ignore it? I mean, look, there's a lot of Carinas challenges already out there. I'm trying to find time to do a lot of stuff in this game is so tricky. You know, this game takes away most of your life. Trying to find some kind of like easy route around it is not always going to be possible. And of course, you know, throwing a load of revives and health potions at stuff could be the way to go in order to smash through this. It's just going to be down to like your tolerance level with it. And tolerance is, again, as we said, this is meant to be a skill-based game, but sometimes it feels like it just goes in a direction that kind of you just don't get. If you've played this game from day one, you kind of understand where the game has started to where it's going now. And yeah, games evolve in order to be fresh, but then there's times where you look at these situations and go, revives, throw a load of revives at it because it's specific in nature. In any case, let's read on. And look, there are lots of back and forth. Obviously, people fall out and stuff. Command Jack says, just as the forums aren't a place to target devs, the same will hold true for our content creators contributing to content. You're free to be dissatisfied with parts of the game without targeting the people creating them. He says, you do not have to do anything you don't want to do, and this is not the content that is required to progress. Sure, you may feel you need to do one of the Deathless King Groot pieces, but you have plenty of time to do that because this is permanent content. The content is meant to be hard, it's meant to take time and cost you resources or be hard skill check. We have never said the content needs to be done itemless, and we don't design content on that basis. If you want those rewards, you're either going to have to be really skilled or be ready to use your stash for revives and potions. So, not very fun game. There are plenty of times that you'll get rewards for doing absolutely nothing in game. A pretty juicy Valentine's calendar is doing that right now, but there's no revive. There's not a lot of revives and health potions available for free to play in that. And what I'm talking about a huge amount that'll be able to help you out. So you've got to do things like hoarding free 4-hour crystals, doing the apothecary, and setting out a time frame that's going to be about 2 months maybe to kind of grab the rewards. Although, as I said, one of my biggest annoyances about the game is for free to play, as someone that's been free to play for the last 2 years and a bit, changing, you notice things like your stash levels. Stash levels are trash for free to play and need to improve, just to increase the amount of revives that you can hold. If you look at this content, which is completely optional and is permanent content that you can take on whenever you want, and think it's not worth your time or resources, then you aren't required to do it. There should be some rank ups. It'd be great if there was a rank 3 to 4 on it. The game will always have extremely difficult content, just like there always has been. Realm of Legends, completed with 3 to 4 champions, yada yada. Labyrinth had people using 5 stars. I think I did that as well. But the champions that did it at the time weren't much better. Both of those were done before revive farming was ever a thing, and having that Everest content, that insane challenge ahead of you, continues to be a good thing for the game. It's the same with WoW. Players have built their skills and rosters for a while, and they should have something to challenge them and reward them for all that work by getting them to use revives for it. I get that you might feel it's extremely challenging, should fit certain description, but there's not really it's not really fair. We will always be pushing the envelope of what content can be, whether it's more difficult or meant for more and more players, or just something wacky and zany, and it will not always fit your ideal picture of what it could be. And again, it just depends on, like, you know, is this something to challenge the 1% of the community? Is this something that's to encourage more people to spend? Is this something to encourage free-to-play to kind of spend through their units? It's a tough one because different things, different usages for different like occasions. Like Necropolis, I felt very burnt out after doing Necropolis. 5 runs in 1 a week for 4 or 5 weeks, I think it was. That was just stressful. And it's just a case of, I need that Deathless King Groot piece. That's the fun one, and then the rest of it's just stress and boring. So yeah, you pick your poison really with it, and how you feel. Is this good? Is this bad? Is it different? And what are your thoughts on some of the kind of like not pressure, but backlash being levied at some creators? It's a bit mad. Anyway, that has been the show for today. Thank you very much for watching. Check out some other content located on screen, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye for now.